Good morning, or whatever time it is that you're seeing this, doesn't really matter. I was going to type this out, but honestly, if I type things, it's going to take forever to post it. And last Friday, people were going crazy about this movie called Cuties that was put out on Netflix. I had no urge to see this movie, honestly. But the outrage, people making these claims of it being a movie about pedophilia and promoting pedophilia, got me going. Okay, well, what's really going on here? I mean, I got to see for myself. What is this? I don't have a political axe to grind. I don't have an agenda to push. I don't care about any of that crap. I mean, I don't. I really don't. I just really like people to look at things in a very matter of fact way and know what they're dealing with. So. My wife and I, we sat down and we watched this movie yesterday, and let me give you a summary of the movie first. It is about a little girl in France who comes from a family from Africa, and she feels as if she needs to fit in with the people around her, and she sees a group of girls who she's impressed with for whatever reason, and they are a group of girls who believe they're at an age of where they're 11, and they feel like they're getting to maturity. Now let's just take a step aside real quickly and talk about they're in France. France's age of consent is 14, but that's actually fairly recently applied. And I'm not saying that's good or bad, but understand that in France, 14 is equivalent to 18 in the United States as far as how people see things mentally. So these are little young girls who are pre-teen, who are just about to. Some are now just having their periods, and they're experiencing some new things about themselves, and they're discovering sexuality to some level. The story, though, is about this little girl, and she is from this very conservative, very religious family, loving mother, going through a lot of stuff. They come from a background where they have apparently they can have polygamy. The husband is marrying another woman, and she's dealing with the grief of feeling replaced right now. The mother is, and she's going through a lot. And she has a little brother and a baby brother as well, and they're a poor family. This is all important because one of the things you're going to find in this is that you're going to find that these are single parent families, or their parents or their families where these children are left to their own devices to raise themselves, and they're being heavily influenced by a lot of social media or from media in the area. This little girl is now in this area, is a new place. She's in a new home, and she's just trying to get her bearings. And she sees a little girl dancing, and she's very impressed with this girl's dancing, and she's dancing kind of like this salsa dance style, and she wants to be like this little girl. I'm going to decline that real fast. Okay, sorry, someone was calling me. Anyways, so she wants to be part of this dance group. There's someone playing upstairs. So she courts these girls to become friends with them, and she does anything she can to impress them. She tries to take a video of a boy while he's peeing. She steals a phone from her cousin who's helping them move in, and he doesn't know it's missing. And we don't know the span of time, but it's probably over the course of probably a week or 2 weeks. This is not a long period of time. They're getting ready for a dance competition, and she wants to be part of this competition. She learns to dance, and and they're talking about how like these girls have to be super sexy to win this dance, and they have to be sexy also. There are parts that are very uncomfortable, honestly. I believe that the movie could be edited differently, but the movie itself had me in tears at the end. It was actually good. The movie is a journey that you need to watch if you want to take it in its entirety, or if you take a snapshot and take it out of context. I can see where you can find things offensive, and I get that. But there is a point where the girls are dancing and in a provocative manner, and the audience is mortified. They're not showing approval. They're not showing acceptance. These girls are offending the people around them in the way they're dancing. But what they're showing is that there's this sexuality that the impression of these girls is that you have to be this to be accepted, to be liked, to grow up, to be mature, that to get people's attention. That's what they're believing and trying to buy into. This little girl has these loving parents, a loving mother, a sweet woman. Her acceptance of her daughter is amazing. What she's going through is amazing. These are girls who feel abandoned. And I think as a parent, it's a wake-up call to realize how much we need to love our children and pay attention to them and give them a love and guidance. And I think that the pearl clutching, and it's pearl clutching about this, is unneeded. I think that people are missing what the message is in this, and I do agree that. But you understand, France is far different in how it does things than it is in the United States. People are much different with sexuality there than they are here. We are Puritan based in how we do stuff. We're a weird dichotomy. We have more churches per capita in the world and more porn per capita in the world. And that's the United States. We're of two minds of all things. We are always a fighting dichotomy of cognitive dissonance. People are pro-life, but they also are pro-death penalty. This isn't a political commentary. This is about the movie itself. Is the movie good? Yeah, it's really good. My bar was set very low, and maybe that helped because when I went to watch it, I was expecting trash. I seriously was. My expectations were very low, and maybe having low expectations going in is good, and maybe I'm ruining that by saying it's good. But my wife and I were both in tears at the end of this. My wife was bothered by the scenes of the girls dancing. I was bothered by the scenes of the girls dancing. But I think that was intentional. I think that it's there to show you more of a grotesque feature of something. It's not there to make it look palatable. It's there to make you feel uneasy, because the thing is that I know of girls when I was 11 and 9 and 10 that were like these girls. And they were girls. I mean, I remember when I was 11, I was 9 years old, playing in a playground. A little girl, she was on the playground, and she was in a crop top, maybe 9 or 10 also, and she was just kissing all the boys and like saying, "Hey, who wants to make out with me?" That was just a girl when we were kids. But I don't know what happened to her, but I just remember that being on the playground. I know there was a girl who lived next door who was 12 years old, who developed very early, and she was bragging about how she was dating 18-year-old boys. This is real life. And so, is it uneasy? Yeah, it is. Is it a hard truth? Yeah, it is. And I think we need to be aware of our children and show them love and show young women that they are not to be objects, but to be beyond this. And the thing is, this little girl, in the middle of this dance routine, she breaks. She realizes, this is not me. This is terrible. I'm hurting the people around me. And she runs away from the stage. Now, this is a spoiler. I don't care. You're probably not going to watch, but she runs away from the whole thing. She's in tears about what she's doing. And she goes back to her mother, and she embraces her, who sees her little child dressed up like a strumpet. And she hugs her and loves her. So it shows her acceptance. And the little girl being forced into these cultural norms of where she comes from, she's conflicted with that, and where these people are. She finds something of herself, and she goes outside. She goes to play with other kids, and is a little girl. That's it. It's about a little girl, basically a little girl not trying to grow up too fast. And I don't think it's a bad message. So there you go. That's the review. Is it a good movie? Yeah. It's actually probably one of the more powerful movies I've seen in the past 20 years. And I think that sometimes you have to delve into uncomfortable things to make a story good. So there's my review of Cuties. No, I don't think it's child porn. I think that maybe in our culture, it should have been edited so that we, as a more prudish group of people, could find it more accepting. But at the same time, I would find it very hard to make that message work without delving into something that makes people feel very uncomfortable. And I hope this helps. I would encourage you to watch it, and you know, take it with an open mind. You know, we are dealing with a culture that likes to keep us angry, scared, and stupid politically. There's a lot of posturing, and people are doing this for political points. Don't give them that power over you. Use your own mind. I hope this helps. That's the review. I hope I've summarized it okay. I went off on some tangents probably, but you know, there you go. I hope that helps. Bye, guys.